Hey everybody, welcome back to the Print 3D channel. Today's April 29th, and that means day 119 of the 3DP 365 project. And on today's episode, we're printing out another low poly model, so stick around. Hey everybody, welcome back, and thank you for joining me here for day 119 of the 3DP 365 project. If you're unfamiliar with the project, check out the description below. I put a fact section down at the bottom that'll give you all the details. And don't forget to check out that MatterHackers affiliate link. If you're in the market for a new printer parts, or if you just need some filament, use that MatterHackers affiliate link down in the description. It kicks a little bit back to the channel. It doesn't cost you a penny, and we really appreciate it. But for today's episode, we printed out another low poly model. And of course, we printed C3PO. Before we talk about the print, let's head over to Thingiverse and I'll show you where to download this model. Then we'll tab over to Simplify 3D and I'll show you my settings for the print. Then we'll meet back here at the workbench and we'll talk about the print. Okay folks, so here we are at Thingiverse. Here is the low poly R2D2 and C3PO by Flowalistik. And as you know, yesterday we printed out R2D2, and today it's C3PO time. And I'll put the link down in the description so you can download and print this yourself. And as you can see, just like yesterday's model, all the parts are in one build plate, and that's very awesome. So let's tab over to Simplify 3D and I'll show you my settings for the print. Alright, so here we are in Simplify 3D, and as you can see, we even enlarged him to 200% so we can match R2D2 in size and scale. And there is a lot of really cool low polygon detail on this, so check out my process settings. Under layer height, we did a 0.2mm layer height with 4 top layers and 3 bottom layers and 3 perimeters. We also ran a skirt at 10mm from the object at 3 outlines. For infill, we used 15% for this model, and we did not generate support material. Under temperature, this is MatterHackers PRO PLA, so I use a single temperature throughout, and that's 207. And I have my 3-stage cooling system set up. Under speed, we ran this out at 40 millimeters per second. So let's hit OK, and let's hit prepare to print, and I'll show you how it's sliced. And this will be a real quick real-time slice, and there's our finished C3PO. And if I play this through, you can see all the individual parts printing, and there are a couple of little bridging aspects to this too, where it covers up some of these holes. And if I speed this up, you can see once the head of C3PO finishes, it's just the body, and the 2 legs printed independently. And eventually they will join up and create the torso and the shoulders and neck. So let's fire up that time-lapse footage and let's get to assembling C3PO. Okay, so for the assembly of C3PO, the first thing you want to do is glue in the shoulder pins. At least this is the assembly process I use. And I'm using Gorilla Glue's Super Glue Gel because this stuff is really easy to work with. And all I did is I smeared a lot of the glue around one end of the pin, like you see here in the video. And once I had a good coating on there, I'd slide that into the upper torso slots. And they fit in a little bit loose, so I just kind of turned it around a little bit and got the glue spread out. And then I took the glue and I kind of flooded the little hole, and then I put a lot around the edge there because I wanted the arm to have a good adhesion to the body. So once I got a little bit of glue smeared around, got a little bit of string from the glue because it is the gel glue, and then you can just slide on the first arm. And then I just aligned the little top edge of that polygon there, as you can see, just to make sure that it lined up nice and clean. And then you just got to hold it for a couple of minutes and let the glue set. And this is Gorilla Glue gel glue, so it sets in about 2 minutes. And then once your glue is set, you can go ahead and glue in the secondary pin for the arm. And again, I just used more of that super glue gel format from Gorilla Glue and made sure that I smeared it all over the tip of the little pin here. Got a good coating of it because, like I said, these are loose fitting pins. You want to make sure you get a lot of glue inside that little hole. Once I had that covered, just slide it into the shoulder hole, as you can see, and then give it a couple of turns to smear the glue around. And then again, go ahead and flood the hole with a little bit of that gel glue, or whatever glue you're going to use for this. But I use Gorilla Gel Glue because this stuff works really great. And once I had a good coating of the little pin and the shoulder area where I was going to adhere the arm, and then just slide this one on just like you did on the other side. And they should line up perfectly. And then just line up that top polygon edge, and then hold it for about 2 minutes until the glue sets. And once the glue set up, we can glue on the headpiece. And again, there's 3 pins that come with this little model. And I did the same thing. I smeared a whole bunch of glue on one end. Once that was sufficiently covered in the glue, I slid this into the neck hole, and this one fit a little bit better. And then I smeared a bunch more of the gel glue around the neck and filled in the little gaps there. And that's why I like using the gel glue, because it's a lot easier to manage and you won't make a huge mess. Plus it dries in about 2 minutes, and then you can start handling whatever you're gluing together. And always make sure you cap up your glue because this stuff dries pretty quick. And then just slide the head on. And line it up how you want it. Hold it for about 2 minutes and you're all set. And there we go. There is our finished C3PO all assembled. So let's head over back to the workbench and let's talk about this print. Okay, so you saw my settings in Simplify 3D and my little bit of an assembly video for C3PO, and here is our finished print. And I'll put some close-ups in at the end like I always do. But this guy turned out awesome. I am really happy with the results. My gMax did such a stellar job on the detail on this low poly model. There are no layer skips, there are no blobs or globs, there are no anything with this. I can't even find the seam on this one. It did such a good job. And I really love this MatterHackers PRO PLA in the color of orange. I actually think this is a pretty good choice for C3PO. And the assembly process went along real smooth. As you saw in that little bit of video I shot, all the pieces fit together nicely, and they all glued together and all the little seams aligned really well. This is a really great model to print. So now that C3PO is done, the set is complete. We have R2-D2 and C3PO in low poly mode. Well, that about wraps it up for day 119 of the 3DP 365 project. I hope you guys found this episode interesting and informative. And of course, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, comment, like, and share those videos, and I'll see you tomorrow.